Hi there, hope you're doing great today. I want to tell you about something that quietly transformed how I live and listen, the Sonos Era 300. I've used it day in and day out, and once it becomes part of your space, you realize how much you've been settling for average sound. If you're the kind of person who doesn't just listen, you feel music, you want every beat, every nuance, every layer to hit exactly right, this is for you. Not for someone who's okay with fine, but someone who expects clarity, depth, and intention from sound. Right now might be a perfect moment to check the price and availability. Smart speakers like this don't tend to stay around once people get a taste of what they can do. I knew I needed to upgrade when my old smart speaker failed to deliver even simple songs. Bass was flat, vocals were muddled, the stereo felt narrow and uninspired. I was hearing familiar tracks and realizing I'd forgotten how they were supposed to feel. Then I plugged in the Era 300 and hit play. The difference hit me immediately. The sound didn't just come from one spot, it filled the room. The music opened up. Suddenly the space felt bigger, more alive, more like it belonged to the songs. Using it every day, background playlists while working, morning coffee songs, movie score while reading, ambient music late at night, the experience grows. Voices feel real, instruments feel positioned, beats feel grounded. You don't just hear sound, you live it. Even at low volume, there's presence. But when you do push it, you feel the room vibrate without strain. That's a feeling of control, of quality, of balance. Once you experience this kind of sound, anything weaker feels bland. If you're thinking about it, check the current price now. Stock changes quickly once demand kicks in. Maybe you worry that a smart speaker can't replace a full system. I had the same hesitation. Yet surprisingly, this one doesn't just perform, it surprises. It adapts. It fills tight spaces with depth without overwhelming them. And you soon realize the real mistake wasn't upgrading, it was keeping the old speaker so long. Here's a benefit many overlook: it blends into your life, not just as a gadget, but as part of the atmosphere. You start playing music more often, because it finally sounds right. You begin to notice songs you've heard 100 times, but now feel like new. Owning the Era 300 doesn't feel flashy. It feels thoughtful. It feels like you care about how your space sounds, and how you live. It feels like you recognize quality when you hear it. Like you finally gave your music the home it deserves. The sound is full-bodied yet controlled. The spatial feel wraps around you instead of projecting from one corner. The clarity stays clean regardless of volume. The bass is present without overstepping. The stereo image gives width, texture, realism. If there's a downside, your previous speakers will sound thin, cheap, unworthy of the music they try to play. Once you hear this, you can't unhear it. At some point you'll stop debating whether you should buy it. You'll just choose what you already know you want. If you're ready to let your room finally sound like you believe it should, check the link, see the price, and bring home the Sonos Era 300 now.